Tell you everything you need to know about the new San Angelo splash pads. All this plus more. I'm Yantis Green, and this is Live. But first, have you gone out for a steak lately? Take a trip out to Miles and select the juiciest and tastiest cuts of steaks in Texas at Sklinarix. Sklinarix Smoked Meats is an award-winning smokehouse located on the main street in Miles at 108 South Robinson. Make a special trip for better quality food than you'll get in most restaurants at prices you can still afford. A steak dinner with Sklinarix is a special meal and an excellent idea for your Valentine's date. Sklinarix Smoked Meats is open from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. weekdays and 9 to noon on Saturdays. It's a drive that's worth the taste. Sklinarix Smoked Meats in Miles, Texas. According to information released by the Tom Green County Sheriff's Office, a patrol deputy attempted a traffic stop on a red pickup in the area of Sideview Road and FM 2105 over the weekend. That high-speed chase went in and out of the city and ended up at Avenue Q and South Bryant Boulevard after deputies successfully deployed a tire deflation device. The vehicle had two occupants, Robert Mejia and Christina Alfara, who were both arrested. Inside the vehicle, they found open alcohol containers, a small quantity of marijuana, and nearly 2 pounds of meth. Mejia was charged with manufacture and delivery, evading arrest and possession of marijuana, while Alfara was booked on 2 warrants. Other news, Ozona schools were put on high alert recently after receiving a school threat. Officials with the Crockett County Consolidated Common School District sent out a letter to parents regarding the threat. Information that was released in there stated that a boy had made a threat from the Houston area, and it wasn't even directed at the Ozona High School located in Crockett County. The boy used an IP address in Florida to send the threat, and sure enough, there is an Ozona in Florida. Officials also assured parents that normal safety measures like locked doors are monitored throughout the day. In court this week, a San Angelo man will be fighting for his life, for his freedom, as the jury trial of Abel Rueda versus the state of Texas begins. We reported back in December 2020 that Rueda was arrested and charged with murder for the shotgun shooting of 29-year-old Juan Quintana. Rueda is accused of blasting Quintana in the chest with a shotgun in North San Angelo. It is believed that to be gang-related, that shooting is, and today jury selection began, and opening statements are expected to begin tomorrow. Stay tuned all week as we will update this story as the trial goes on. And Tom Green County is not the only place where we will be having a jury trial this week. In Taylor County, up in Abilene, a father and son will be facing a murder trial as well. Michael and Johnny Miller have been awaiting trial since 2018 after they brutally shot their neighbor in the alley during an argument over a mattress, and that brutal slaying was caught on video by the victim's wife. The two were caught on camera committing the shooting. The video we are about to show is a clip from that video. Just a heads up, it is very graphic.
If you come within 3 foot of me, I'm going to kill you.
Okay.
You're not going to shoot my husband.
Come on. Shoot me. You're dead. Point it. Point it.
To see that full video, check it out exclusively on sanangelolive.com. We will also be following that trial closely. Again, that video on our website, very graphic, not suitable for everybody. And now we get to the biggest news of today, and that will be the weather tonight. Over the next few days, expect some severe or extreme winter weather. The storm is likely to get here early in the morning around 3 a.m. with expected heavy rain early this morning. Temperatures will not get below freezing, so it's not going to freeze, but don't expect any delays at schools and businesses. But it's still going to be pretty rough out there. Look for some street flooding and, of course, very cold temperatures and high winds. Be sure and take a jacket and maybe leave for work a little early. Speaking of rain, last Friday night the TLCA Eagles beat the Wall Hawks after raining down a boatload of three-pointers. To get you caught up on all the action, here is Cover One analyst James Bellini.
You've been asking for discounts, and I've been asking the factory for vehicles. Well, it's all lining up. We are offering big discounts, and our lots are filling up with inventory. It's a great time to be looking for a new car or truck. We have up to $9,500 in total savings. You can only get deals like this at Jim Bass Ford, at the corner of Houston Hart and Arden Road, or 24/7 at bassbunch.com.
We are knee-deep in district play for high school basketball, so let's start things off out in Wall, Texas. The Hawks and Lady Hawks were taking on their district rival, the TLCA Eagles and Lady Eagles. The Wall girls may have put it on the Lady Eagles pretty good, but the TLCA did get a lot of good work, especially on the defense. The bench players for the Lady Hawks also got a lot of playing time and probably played about half the game. Wall's Brylan Watts and Cameron Williams put up 27 points combined. On to the boys' side of things, the TLCA Eagles took the win over the Hawks 43-28. Head coach Kent Sherrill. How does it feel to kind of be a part of drawing some of this attention to TLCA?
Well, anytime you can get your product out there, that's a good thing. So everybody can see that, we're in San Angelo as well. I think it helps us because we have a chip on our shoulder, and, we just want to keep improving.
Now, I was wrong. I picked Wall to win, and you've been too nice to me so far, so go ahead and lay into me a little bit, man.
Well, I'm just glad we got the win. I'm glad we proved the doubters wrong.
TLCA moved to second in district while the Hawks moved to third, but don't worry, Wall. The boys get another shot at TLCA later on in the season. In other Contra Valley news, the Central Bobcats lost to Midland 70-61, and the Lady Cats won big 70-28. The Lakeview Chiefs lost to Levelland Lobos 62-27, and the Maidens also lost as well 72-18. The Cristobal Cougars lost in a close one to Forsan 51-53, and the Lady Cougars won 54-38. Cover One Hoops will have exclusive coach interviews, highlights, and more every Friday at around 4 o'clock, so stay tuned for all of our analysis of all the Contra Valley basketball action.
So we were on vacation, family vacation, having a good time, and we get the call.
I mean, it was a river. It was a river in our house. That's the big thing, is we kept wondering, how bad is it?
It was devastating. I was like numb. It's like, how are we going to handle all this? What are we going to do?
Welcome back to the show. Today we have a very special guest. It is the owner from All-Tex Irrigation and Supply. It's Mr. Jeff Perrine. Jeff, how are you doing today?
Doing good, sir. You?
So I'm doing pretty good. I wanted to bring you on the show. Of course, we broke the news last week that they're going to be getting splash pads in San Angelo. We're kind of vague on the details just so we could get it from you guys. So let's just start there. First of all, where did the idea of coming up with a splash pad come from?
So office manager Alicia Oshansky here at All-Tex Irrigation. Road trip to Abilene, Texas, just for a weekend getaway. Talked about taking our daughter to the splash pads.
Yeah.
We've kind of pissed and moaned a little bit about it. Why don't we have one? So
yeah, definitely. There's been comments everywhere for sure.
Everywhere. So splash pads ultimately are an irrigation system. All-Tex is all about irrigation systems, so we started looking into it. They, incorporate pumps, motors, spray heads.
Everything that you guys do on an everyday basis.
Everything we already do. So then it was like, well, let's figure out how we can get our name out in the community. We've been working on that for a while, advertising different ways. This is not only a way to advertise for us, but also to help the community. So
there you go.
Started researching it, looking into it. About 6-8 months into renderings, talking with, some of the city members, talking with the mayor, trying to figure out, will they be on board to allow this to happen?
Right.
Finally got the go-ahead. They're on board. We're putting up the first $200,000. We have a lot more to come up with. We need another.
Yeah. See, what is about the final total that we are seeing to get at least a minimum of something up?
Yeah. So we would love to see a total for both projects of right about $850,000.
Okay. So right now you're at about that 200 mark.
We're at the 200 mark. The area foundation is allowing us to set up a nonprofit, so we're going to be running all this through the area foundation. We have not started asking for donations yet. The foundation is getting set up. It should be set up, we're hoping, in a couple of weeks. Once that is produced, then, I mean, we're ready.
Yeah. We both know that San Angelo Gives is right around the corner as well, so I know that's a huge day for the Area Foundation to raise a lot of money. So
they have assured us that it will be ready by then.
Okay, so if you guys are looking to make a big donation to something pretty soon, make sure you're looking out for the kids and you know, go donate to some splash pads. But let's talk splash pads a little bit. You know, there's a million different kinds you can get. They're talking about buckets and sprayers and lights and all this stuff. Just go into that for a little bit. What are kind of the different things that you guys are going to try to make in these to make them a little bit unique?
Yeah. So we'd love to make them just extremely unique, but there is a budget involved. Right. So we're setting up the precedence of having one that's fairly simple. It's going to be spray heads, nozzles, jets off of, you know, just a concrete slab. Okay. Fairly simple. The other one, it'll have buckets. It'll have features as far as trees, plants, rocks, different stuff, you know, with water coming out of them. If this is successful, there's a high possibility, if the funding's come in correctly, both parks will be that way. We kind of went in and budgeted out mild to wild, you know, is what we did. That's kind of where we have the two different parks and two different scenes. If we can get more fundings, possibly increase the value of one of these splash pads to equal to the other, and then possibly the opportunity of maybe even doing a third or a fourth at some of the other parks. But we did focus on trying to have one on the south side of town and on the north side of town. We're trying to make sure that, and we'd love for them open to open about the same time, so we don't get flooded. You know.
Oh yeah, because if one opens, I mean, if you build it, they'll come. Yes. So when you, I like the locations that you did pick, because, you know, Unidad Park just had the revamp and have all the new stuff over there. Correct. And then Kirby Park is a big park for the north side, and they're taking away some of those horseshoe pits and stuff, just some of those older things and making it, you know, look a lot nicer and newer.
I do believe that we are removing those. That's been in the talk right now. Those will be removed, but that doesn't mean they can't be replaced.
Exactly.
So they're fairly simple items. The horseshoe washer pits more than likely will get moved to a different location. That'll be up to the city's discretion, but that wouldn't be difficult to make happen. Yeah. So we like the idea of the pavilion there as well, you know, that can have the access to that. Both parks are really nice. They both have restrooms and facilities for changing purposes, and so we did kind of put some thought and planning into what parks we picked.
Absolutely. So just, you know, I mean, I know this is kind of far out, but when are we thinking that maybe we may see one?
I love to see it this year, but I don't want to get. I'm going to say 2024.
2024. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Well, I mean,
that's where
it takes
that's a safe goal.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to take a minute to get all the supplies and stuff like that. So.
Supply and demand chains are rough right now, and then also take into mind the funding still has to be presented. Like I said, we've done our. I'm not going to say we've done our part. We've done a lot of it. We've up front, you know, with the city and talking to people, but we're going to need a lot of community help. Like a lot of small businesses, I'm hoping, are interested in making this happen. Community, individuals themselves, out of pocket, 10, 15, 20 bucks, $100. I mean, every little bit adds up. So once it's set up.
That's one thing that I did catch when you said in city council is that, you know, when you crowdsource money, it may seem like, oh, someone just gave 20 bucks, but like 100 people gave 20 bucks. Well, there you go. Then that's how you add it up. Exactly. So, Jeff, one more time, do you got anything out there for the people to just get them excited, and just anything else you want to let them know?
I mean, I don't know what else would get them more excited than splash pad. I mean, that's kind of what it boils down to. So it's something we don't have, the community needs, and we're trying to make it happen. So we do need their help. So.
All right. Well, this is Jeff Perrine over here at All-Tex Irrigation and Supply. If you want to donate, be on the lookout. We'll let you know where, when it happens. But what we do know for certain is we are going to get some splash pads.
We are going to get some splash pads. We will make it happen.
All right, we're going to make it happen. This has been Jeff Perrine here at All-Tex. I'm Matt Trammell, and we will go back to you guys in the studio.
And that's it for news, weather, and sports. Again, some severe weather overnight expected. We'll stay on top of that for you. Don't forget to download the San Angelo Live app. That's the best and quickest way to get news in the San Angelo area. And we will have more on those murder trials tomorrow. Until then, for San Angelo Live, I'm Yantis Green.